Blessed day, soul family. Welcome back. We are finishing up this week, and it is Fearless Friday, where we do a meditation. And this is the Martial Mystic calendar series for 2026. Welcome. To summarize, before we go into our meditation, we are guarding the one. So, ye guarding the one, the ye, the one, the oneness, the supreme source, the great Tao, the one, which is the mind, the one, which is the embryo, the one, which is you and me, all fragments, fractals, microcosms of the macro, guarding one another. So today's meditation is based on yesterday's installment and Resolution Thursday, the giraffe heart. The biggest animal in the animal kingdom, the biggest heart per nonviolent communication by Marshall Rosenberg, the late Marshall Rosenberg, who taught us about literacy of feelings and needs so that we can overcome our societal norms toward violence and find the heart for one another with empathy, compassion, needs, and feelings literacy so that we can stop playing the game of who's right and start playing the game how to make life wonderful. Because we all have the desire to make life wonderful for ourselves and for one another. If we have come into a place where we want to do harm or make life difficult or make life challenging for one another, then we have not guarded oneness. We didn't guard the unity consciousness. We've lost the plot and we are in need. We have some needs that have not been met. Maybe we feel hurt. Maybe we desire an apology. And maybe we want to demand an apology so that person knows that they wronged us and they have done wrong. Right? The ancient text from our poetry asks us to guard the one and to drop the mask. We read from the book and we read more about the passage about the masks that we wear. Do we have the courage to drop our mask of the matrix? So you can see that once we start to talk about great nature and guarding great nature, we're using our limited knowledge, influenced by emotion, to make an interpretation of the Tao. This has already led the real meaning of the Tao away from its truth. This has become because humans are not truthful. We lie and play tricks on each other, so we all have a serious mask on our faces. Not only that, we've created an emotional matrix through our limited thinking and beliefs and become trapped in this emotional bondage. Therefore, the closest way to describe the Tao is the natural way. Can we drop our masks? Can we free ourselves from the emotional bondage and the emotional matrix that we create for ourselves and for one another? Can we create a matrix anew? Are we in some times of change Are we in a time of learning, growing, and development? When do we humans stop learning and growing in our everyday lives? If you're alive, aren't you not learning? With that, we'll close our eyes, take a breath or a yawn or a sigh, come into this space, guarding this one moment right now with me, with you, with us, and with the world. And we take a deep breath for the one that we must guard. We take a deep breath so we can find the courage to resist enemy imaging, to resist negative thoughts, to resist the inner critic, to resist penitence and punitive justice, and to invite in the heart of the giraffe. We invite in the ability to empathize, nourish, see all perspectives, validate everyone's experience, and play the game of make life wonderful, where we contribute to one another, to our families, to our communities, to our organizations, our workplaces. We don't do things because we are in fear of getting in trouble. We are in fear of not making enough money, or we're in fear of not being able to pay our bills. We move through life. We desire to move through life because we desire to make life wonderful and contribute to the world in all of the beautiful gifts that make up our capacity to influence and to nourish the world around. Let's take a deep breath. And when we think about our surroundings, our neighborhood, our communities, our schools, our grocery stores, we see people smiling. We see people waving to one another. We see people enjoying each other's existence, not being fearful of it, not criticizing, mitigating the inner critic, understanding that correction and adjustment, growth and learning is needed and happens, but we don't need to exercise punitive justice. Rather, employ restorative justice practices with our feelings and needs literacy. Because we have the ability to go back to the place and to the space where our minds were a clean slate. Our minds had no social conditioning, no social norms, no mask, just pure awe and existence, where we were close to the one, And we now can guard that one. We now can guard the information that the one is exposed to. We can guard and protect the breath, the air that the one breathes, the water the one drinks, the information the one takes in, the self-critique that the one experiences, the interpersonal disagreement, conflict, and critique that we all experience. And as we breathe, we see ourselves unified as one family, one soul, energetic family, manifested as one earth family with great love, patience, care, and compassion, mitigating those thoughts, mitigating those words, and mitigating those actions that don't contribute to the peace, and cultivating the heart of the giraffe, the mind of the heaven, the mind of the horse, the morality of the sage, and the love of the mother. Wish you all a great weekend. Remember to embrace the woo, and may your chi flow smoothly.